Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about 10 reasons not to move to Norway. Known for breathtaking fjords, polar nights and majestic mountains, many people consider Norway the perfect place to live. But it's not for everyone. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the downsides of moving there, from costs of living and long winters all the way through to language barriers and culture shock. So stay tuned if you want to find out what's waiting for you in Norway, if it's really worth making the leap. 10. No Amazon. If you're an online shopping enthusiast, then it might not be the ideal place to move. That's right, folks, no Amazon. Yes, I know what you're thinking. How can one of the most advanced countries in the world not have access to the convenience of Amazon? Well, unfortunately for Norwegian shoppers and anyone else considering moving there, that is just a reality now, as Amazon does not operate within Norway's borders. So why isn't Amazon available in Norway? The answer lies mainly with taxes. Norwegian customs regulations require that customers pay a 25% tax on all items purchased from non-Norwegian companies such as Amazon. On top of this, any item sent to Norway must also include 17.5% value-added tax (VAT). If you are habituated to ordering from the largest e-commerce store, then this might be one of the reasons not to move to Norway. 9. You can't party much. If you're looking for a place to move that offers plenty of partying and nightlife, then Norway might not be your best bet. You see, the country has some pretty strict laws when it comes to alcohol consumption and public gatherings. Plus, if you want to buy anything stronger than beer or wine, good luck. Norway isn't exactly known for its abundance of booze shops. So if you plan on having wild nights filled with laughter and fun, this Nordic nation probably won't be your ideal destination. If you are a party freak, then this is certainly one of the negative sides of living in Norway. 8. Adjusting to cultural differences can be difficult. If you've ever lived in Norway, you know that it can be hard to adjust. From the lack of sun during the winter months to an appreciation for hygge and fika, two things that are essential parts of Norwegian life, it can feel like moving from one world into another. What makes adjusting especially difficult is that Norwegian culture values individualism over all else. People tend to keep themselves more private than other cultures around the world, so don't expect many invitations or warm welcomes when arriving in town. And even though Norwegians won't necessarily come out and say they're uncomfortable with your presence, they will definitely show displeasure if what you do affects others negatively. If you are a social butterfly, then this could be one of the most important reasons not to move to Norway. 7. Property is expensive. According to a recent report from Global Property Guide, it was found that the average cost for purchasing a house or apartment in Oslo, the capital, was around $2,997 per square meter in 2020. That's almost double what many other countries charge for similar properties. And if you think that number is bad enough, wait until you hear about how much rentals are going for in Norway. They can be as high as $1,000 per month just for a small studio flat. So even if the natural beauty of Norway has been calling your name and you have visions of skiing down mountains during winter, remember that those dreams may end up being dashed due to unaffordable real estate prices. Expensive property is certainly one of the major negative sides of living in Norway. 6. Extreme weather conditions. If you thought London was wet, well then prepare yourself for Norwegian rainfall. It's relentless. And did I mention it rains almost every day? So if you don't want your vacation days spent inside watching Netflix instead of exploring the great outdoors, which is kind of what vacations are all about, then maybe Norway isn't the place for you. The other thing about Norway is temperatures, or rather lack thereof. Winters here mean that daytime temperatures stay below 0 degrees Celsius from November to April, and let me tell you, those cold winds coming down from Siberia ain't nothing no one should have to experience on holiday, either unless they do like ice fishing and skiing, that is. Weather is surely one of the major negative sides of living in Norway. 5. High taxes. Life there can get very pricey due to those hefty tax bills. In fact, these taxes can be so steep that they often leave newcomers shocked and dismayed. The government levies a wide range of taxes on Norwegians, including income tax, which ranges from 12 to 22%, value-added tax, 25%, property tax, 0.62 to 2%, and even an inheritance or gift tax, 12%. Also, don't forget their relatively unique wealth taxation system, with rates ranging from 1% up to 2%. In addition, any foreign income earned by Norwegian citizens is subject to the same taxes as local sources of income. High taxes are certainly one of the most negative sides of living in Norway. 4. Adapting to Norwegian culture and language. Adapting to Norwegian culture and language has been reputedly one of the most difficult tasks anyone has tried, so much so that it's become a bit of a running joke among locals. First off, there's the language barrier. If you don't know Norwegian before arriving in Norway, then mastering this strange-sounding dialect can seem like an impossible challenge. And once you've got past that hurdle, there's still plenty more to contend with. Custom dress codes, obscure local rituals, and a unique cuisine. It all adds up to what can feel like an uphill struggle if you're not already acquainted with these cultural nuances. 3. Rent is high. It's a stunning country with one of the highest standards of living in the world, but if you're thinking about moving there, you may want to keep one thing in mind. Rent prices are sky high. In fact, Norway has some of the highest rents in all Europe, so if you're on a tight budget, it might not be your best bet. Let's start off by talking about average monthly rent. Depending on where you live, city or countryside, expect to pay anywhere from 3,000 Norwegian kroner, about $330 per month for a 2-bedroom apartment, and that can easily stretch up to about 7,500 Norwegian kroner, $800 per month, depending on location and size. Yikes! That's certainly enough reason to think twice before packing your bags and heading off across the pond. But even if you do manage to stump up those kinds of hefty rental fees each month, don't forget that deposits will also take a bite out of your wallet too. Renters typically have to put down 3 or 6 months' rent as a deposit when signing their contract. For many Europeans, high rentals are one of the reasons not to move to Norway. 2. Hard to find a job. If you're looking for steady employment, you may want to reconsider making the leap, because when it comes to finding a job in Norway, things can get pretty difficult. For starters, most employers prefer locals over foreigners due to language barriers and cultural differences that may arise during the hiring process. Unfortunately, this means your chances of being offered a job are slim at best. It's also important to note that the Norwegian labour market is fairly competitive, even among natives with ample experience in their respective fields. So unless you have something unique or valuable to offer an employer, think special degrees or extensive industry knowledge, chances are slim that you'll fit into the mix. Its job market is certainly one of the most negative sides of living in Norway. 1. High cost of living. Despite its natural beauty and high quality of life, the cost of living in Norway is incredibly high. From housing to food to other basic necessities, you'll be spending a huge chunk of your paycheck just staying afloat. And don't even think about splurging on luxuries like fancy dinners out or new clothes, unless you've got hefty savings set aside for just these occasions. It doesn't help that wages are relatively low compared to some other countries too. So not only will it hurt your pocketbook more when buying groceries or paying rent, but your salary won't make up for it either. All those picturesque Norwegian landscapes come with a hefty price tag that's hard to ignore. Plus, if you love going out on the town with friends every once in a while, then good luck affording that kind of social life in this expensive country. An evening at the pub will take quite a toll on your wallet each time. In conclusion, moving to Norway may not be for everyone. The weather can be harsh, it is expensive, and there are limited employment opportunities. Additionally, the culture shock could be difficult to get used to if you're coming from a drastically different environment or geography. However, if you do decide to move here, either temporarily or permanently, know that Norway offers fantastic scenery and outdoor activities, an exceptionally high quality of life, and some truly stunning places that make all the difficulties worth it in the end. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.